not support me pursuing an art as a career.
Okay. So is it that they would have been okay with you staying as a ballet dancer or piano player or saxophone or?
So this is where I was going with that. When I do something, I have a hard time going, like I want to go all the way.
Right.
Like I push it to its breaking point. I was like, I want to see how far I can go. And that's the way it was with ballet and not so much music. Although I couldn't let it go. I remember taking a saxophone class in college and my dad was not happy because for him there was this separation between education and paying for a saxophone class at the university level.
Right.
But for me, I had to push and see what was beyond just the, that surface art.
Yes. So you're in New York, all of this stuff is happening, and then you are transitioning to LA.
Yes.
And of course, you are making your way to Ocala at some point.
Yeah.
So LA comes in and still involved in
acting.
More acting?
Acting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hanging out on movie sets, meeting.
Hanging out on movie sets.
Yeah.
So did Denzel Washington show up or?
No, he did
Which
not.
one?
Scott Baio did.
Oh, Scott Baio. Oh, okay.
There were a few. But yeah, meeting with agents. I loved California. I saw myself in California. I assumed that's where I would
settle.
Pardon me?
You thought that is where you would settle.
Yeah, I thought that's where I would settle.
So something happened and you are now transitioning from LA. So we walking through the different channels, what's happening. So LA is going to be behind you at some point. But the art is not in full view at this point. It's acting and
right.
So what's happening after LA?
Okay. So during that time I had children.
Okay, right. So pygmies coming in. Yes, it's time to yeah. Okay, so that side that will pick up some time.
And that was hard.
Yeah.
At first I was trying to, so being an actress and being in shows, I remember leaving the house every evening, and leaving my babies.
Right.
So
Right.
eventually even going to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York.
Right.
I lived on Long Island and I'd take the Long Island Railroad in and out of the city, but I was leaving my kids. So at some point it was a decision that had to be made.
Right. So the kids would now be the main focus.
Yeah.
And at some point as you journey, Ocala is making its way.
Yeah.
You're in Ocala.
Yeah.
And the art is getting stronger at that point because
So art started, so I had been to New York acting and then I went to LA acting. And when I was in LA, things were happening that I didn't feel comfortable with.
right.
So I decided to pursue my acting degree at IU, Indiana University in Bloomington.
Okay.
So that's what got me back to IU. I was going to pursue my theater degree.
Okay, right.
And so I'm originally from Indianapolis.
Right.
And I had some family issues happen, so I ended up back in Indianapolis with my kids, and I ended up, instead of theater, I switched it to fine arts.
So you are making a decision to switch from theater to fine arts. Someone helped you make that decision, or you saw something to trigger that, or?
So that's a good question.
Or
So-
let's say you saw a record, you saw some kind of ad or something.
No, so again, art was always there. I was always doodling. I was always drawing. I was always sketching sets.
Right.
You know, I would do set design.
Okay.
So this expression that was inside of me, this need to express,
Right.
to get it out in some form,
Yes.
was always there. And I had picked up painting. It's interesting. Painting had always been a part of what I did, but I never considered it my passion or my first love.
Right.
You know, it was
Right.
just the steady.
Okay.
It was just the good friend,
I see.
you know, that was always there.
Yes.
And when acting, when I had to make that decision, that was a really hard decision
Mm-hmm.
because I thought that was my passion.
Yes.
So I went to the thing that I had always used really as therapy.
Right.
Paint on canvas, you know, color, that was my safety
Yes.
place.
Yes.
So I knew I could always go there
And be safe.
and be safe.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I did it and I went there and it was warm and welcoming and just what I knew it would be.
Yes.
And I went, why was I always pushing this away?
Wow. So the fine arts decision was made, and what did it propel you into a university to study it further? And
So I went to Heron. So Heron, we tie back into my dad.
right, him wanting to go there.
So he would always tell the story. He grew up downtown Indianapolis and he walked by the Heron School of Art on his way to public school. And his desire was to be able to attend art school. But it wasn't something that was feasible for his family or, you know, his life. But
Right.
so I was like, oh, I'll get to live that dream for my dad. I'll finally get to attend Heron. And
That's what is so deep about that is your dad, almost like he called that institution for you.
absolutely.
I mean, it's really mind-boggling how things happen with stuff that we don't see as
Oh, it's significant.
yeah.
But the ripples.
Yeah, that's really incredible. So I could imagine what the feeling of your dad when he's now learning that you are about to be accepted into Heron.
Mm-hmm.
So you are stepping into this institution to grow as an artist. So what kind of experience that?
So I would love to say that it was like, yay, good job, Heather. You finally accomplished what I always wanted. But it's never that simple
Yeah.
in real life. And I think for us in our family, there was a fear component to art and to giving over to something that is that powerful in your life.
Right.
And learning how to balance that. And now he's very proud of me. He saw me go to school and he's seen me. I think he thought I was going to get lost in art.
Yeah.
You know, that all of the bad things that could happen might happen, and he didn't want that. But now that he's seen that it's a positive
Yes.
and that it's been used in my life as a positive, in other people's life as a positive, in community as a positive, he's like, okay, you know, that's the dream.
Yes.
But there was fear,
Yes.
and so he was reluctant to let me go,
Yes.
but I was going
Yes.
one way or the other.
And the beautiful thing about it is he was being a parent. What every
Absolutely.
parent want is to make sure that it's something that we can't, because you don't have control over someone's thoughts and their journey. But we must be a parent by saying, no, do this, do that. This will be safe, you know? So
Yeah.
your blessing of dad saying yes. So that freed you spiritually, mentally, physically.
Oh, I worked for it for how long?
You paid your dues, Heather.
Yeah, finally got it.
You paid your dues.
Yeah.
So you springboard into art in full flight, and you are in Ocala. And what's going on in Ocala in terms of networking, meeting people, and
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. Once you finally kind of give yourself over to it completely.
Yes.
Like, this is what I'm doing. And then we wind up in Ocala, and the art scene here is incredible.
Yeah, Ocala is mind-boggling, trust me. We have the Marian Cultural Alliance. I mean, every which way you turn, art is unfolding. This little space, it's really a beautiful space for artists. So you are in Ocala, and what's going on?
I mean, I would say it's an emerging art scene, which is very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an established
Right.
art scene, but there's growth, and there's potential, and there's a lot of people who want to see the same goal fulfilled. And that's really exciting to be a part of.
Yes.
So and not just necessarily selling art, which is a component, but also just like arts and health.
Right.
That component.
That
Using
component.
art and just bringing art to every aspect of the community and the culture.
Yes.
I love.
Yes.
that.
So tell us about your work. I mean, if a young person out there would like to get involved in art and they're listening to you,